Good morning, brothers and sisters. How's everybody doing this morning? It's pretty foggy and gray here today. Our weather flipped again. It's going to be one of the most mildest Marches on record. We're almost double digits every day, and the amount of snow that we have here, it's going to wreak some havoc. So I've been trying to clear away the snow as best as possible away from the house, because for the first time in almost 10 years I got a little bit of water in the basement, and so hopefully with a little bit of effort we can stay away from that. As I mentioned in another video, my daughter's allergic to mold, so it will affect her. I was watching a little bit of Zelensky there. Ukrainian president was petitioning to the United States. It was like a Zoom call, because everything's all done through a Zoom call now, to shut down fly zones. And so there was this video of him being played at the Capitol building, while all the rich politicians cheer and do their best attempt at theatrics in trying to speak Ukrainian. And then this montage comes on of people dying. You know, bombings. It's showing, you know, Russians bombing. And it's so, I just been trying to put it all together here to understand, you know, why the spectacle. And here's the thing, brothers and sisters, regardless of what side you're on, and that's the point, is trying to get you to pit you on a side, for sure, but we'll round back to that here pretty quick. So regardless of what side you've chose to be on, whether you've picked one or not, that's the purpose of it. And the thing we cannot lose sight of is that people are dying. Russian, Ukrainian, it doesn't matter. People are dying, innocent people are dying, and the way that these pawn pieces are looked at is exactly that, just collateral damage, just throwaway. And the videos that they're putting is to do what? Is to try to convince you to feel bad and make a move, so further the agenda, because that's what it is in their end. Their end, it is an agenda to push everything forward so that they can, again, to do what? It's to take away freedom, slowly erode freedom, so that, you know what, you got to rely on daddy government, because, you know, without us, you know, a guy could just come into your country and take it over just like that. You know, if we weren't here, what would you guys do? And the underlying tone, brothers and sisters, is taken away from our trust in God, plain and simple, and getting people that are lukewarm to question whether there is a God, because how could God let this happen? God despises evil, plain and simple. And whether that evil is encapsulated in a flesh body, it doesn't change how he feels about it. And so the bottom line, you guys, I just got to see what this person's going to do here. You can come out if you like. Or maybe not. Maybe they'll just sit there. I don't know. We'll see what happens here. Either way, brothers and sisters, the purpose of showing it on, so Ukrainian president is speaking to your capital, but it's playing on Canadian news. It's trying to get us to sign our authority over one way or another, brothers and sisters, to either accept or be happy in our spirit that, you know, we need to retaliate. We need to take some Russian lives. And so that authority that we are giving is just as bad as everything else, brothers and sisters. It is. And that's the truth. How we feel about something. And again, what did Jesus say? That taking a man's life isn't physically taking a man's life. It's thinking it. It's feeling it. Same with when you end up looking at another person, whether it be woman or male or whatever, with lustful eyes, that's still, you're still cheating. It's the same thing. And so what is he trying to tell us by these examples? That it's not the physical act, it's the spiritual act. You're just as guilty. Because the physical act, you still had to make a spiritual commitment. You still had to give authority over to that sin to go ahead and go through with it. It's just the last stage of actually doing it is physically. But all sin is filthy in the eyes of our Creator, bottom line. It doesn't matter whether it's you think about doing it, and so these things, these theatrics that's happening right now on the world stage is to get people to hate one another, plain and simple, and to give the authority over to the enemy, to allow our enemy to sit on our throne is exactly what is happening right now. And for us to be okay with giving away the freedoms that we have, that were just given to us by them anyways. And you've heard this from me and from however many people, that the illusion of freedom that's given to us is only been given to us so that they can take it away whenever they want to. And they can. It's their freedom that they get. It's their illusion that they've given us of freedom. So therefore they can take it away. So when we get all upset and think, they can't do this, they can't. No, yeah, sure they can. Because it's not the freedom that's been given to you by God. It's the freedom that's been given to you by man. Because if man was in alignment with God, his laws would be identical to our Creator's laws. And although our enemy is sneaky as he is, yeah, there still are some man's laws that are in alignment with our Father's, but there's also a lot of laws that are complete opposite. So that should tell you exactly who's running things. Now, while I was watching the president of the Ukraine speak, I felt like I could see Tom Cruise there, just this actor, as they all are. And the crazy part, my wife actually told me this, is that he actually was an actor that played a president. Like, how wild is that? And I know the easiest, well, there's Reagan, that's how it happens. My dictator that runs up my country, I think he was a drama major, which is what? Acting school, guys. Dad was a career politician, and of course these people are taking acting lessons. Of course, actors, what's the difference between a politician and an actor? That sounds like a punchline for a joke, but it's not. It's the truth. It's the sad truth, you guys. And so as I'm watching this montage today, thinking to myself how, dramatic and cheesy it looked, I was overlooking the fact that innocent people were dying. And that is the exact purpose of the things that are happening right now. The devil doesn't care how he gets you to sin. He just does not care. His main goal is to keep you away from the thoughts and the things that are of God. Loving your neighbor, no matter what. Russian, Ukrainian, American, Canadian, all labels for what? Division. That's it. When the Tower of Babel, when all of our language was confounded, and there was instantly various different languages, it did thwart the plans of whatever was going on at the time, but it didn't need to be a way to completely separate us, brothers and sisters. We chose to do that. And of course our enemy is going to use whatever's thrown at him to his advantage in a disgusting way, because that's what he does. But without this one thing, it's useless. And that's authority. If he has no authority, he cannot do anything. So for us to give him authority to allow that division to grow and grow and grow into hate, and then into death, we're the ones that have decided for that to happen. So I want you to bear that in mind, brothers and sisters, in all things that are happening, including the medical situation that's happening right now for the last 2 years. This choice of you can do this or can't do that, and the fact that it was so aggressive, you need to do this, now it's like you can't even find numbers if you wanted to find numbers. Do you think that's by accident? No. Everything has been meticulously drawn up to agitate you, to agitate your spirit, to give you the opportunity to give authority over to the enemy and accept whatever it is that he's trying to give you, whatever form of evil, and whatever spirit that's trying to deliver it. Anxiety, anger, fear, whatever it is. So what does that tell you guys? And again, this is coming from a man that is guilty of this, and that's getting sucked back into the world again. For what? Because I'm waiting for what? Because I'm looking for the next step so that we can go home. What does it matter, brothers and sisters? As long as I keep my eye on the prize, and that's Jesus Christ, that day is going to come either way. And how am I going to be prepared? How much more am I going to be prepared if I just keep my eyes on him, as opposed to waiting for the next bombing or waiting for the next volcano or earthquake or whatever the case may be? If God wants you to see that sign, you're going to see it. But it's the addiction, the relentless pursuit of trying to find it is a dopamine hit. It's the same as shooting heroin. It's an addiction. It's waiting for that next moment. Why do you think there's a scrolling feature on YouTube and TikTok and whatever hundreds of forms of different social media that there is out there? It doesn't matter. One's all the same. It's that dopamine hit of scrolling till you find something. Yeah, that's awesome. Fallen angels, cool. We're going to learn about that today. Oh, yeah, we got the Mandela effect. No, flat earth. Oh, yeah. Like, brothers and sisters, how much more information can you cram inside of you? Outside of the good book and outside of Jesus Christ. How many times have you watched a video, maybe you're 5 minutes in and you're like, I've beat this to death. I've seen this I don't know how many times, but yet you sit there and then you watch it. How many times have you ever been bored reading the Bible? And how many times have you not picked up another piece of meat from reading the Bible? And again, this is coming from a brother that needs to do more of it. And if we can't be honest with each other, what are we doing here, guys? We can look as fancy as we want behind our tag on YouTube, in the chat, but at the end of the day, God knows our hearts, plain and simple. That's it. That's what freaks a lot of people out, is knowing that he's watching at all times, and more so, it doesn't matter how you present yourself to everybody else. He knows who you truly are. So what is the point in pretending to be something that you're actually not? Because at the end of the day, when you stand before him, and it always makes me think of Cain. Where's your brother? Where's Abel? What are you talking about? I'm not my brother's keeper. What? You're trying to lie to God right now, to his face. Thinking that's how you know somebody's under a strong delusion. That's how much influence the devil had on him, is by making him actually believe that he could lie to God. Just have some compassion, brothers and sisters. That's all I ask. Again, there's 20-year-old, 19-year-old, 18-year-old Russian soldiers out there doing things they don't want to do. And yes, everybody has a choice. I understand that. That's always the quick response. Everybody's got a choice. Well, some of these people don't understand that they do. That's the problem. Without Jesus Christ in your life, you don't realize that you have an option. And that you can choose death yourself to do the right thing instead of actually doing the wrong thing. But we don't know what's going on behind the scenes. All we get to do is see fancy montages at the Capitol building while Nancy Pelosi claps and tries to speak Ukrainian. That's it. That's all the world gets to see. On a box that was specifically designed to deceive people. Again, brothers and sisters, the message is simple. Love thy neighbor as thyself. Whether it be in the flesh, whether they're either right in front of your face, or whether it's in spirit across the earth. Because people are hurting everywhere, they're scared, they're lost, and without Jesus Christ in their lives, that's gotta be a dark room, you guys. A dark room. So keep praying for every brother, every sister that's going through tribulation right now. So either way, you guys, I just wanted to come on and say hi. I love you all dearly. Stay blessed. Keep smiling. Keep loving. And yeah, we'll chat soon. Take care.